beachhead, kind of after a good 5-10 minutes, kind of comes to this calm once again. There's these guards, heaving, with their weapons in hand, eyes directed towards the waters, waiting for a second wave, and nothing comes. As they kind of look at their ranks, they can see, the dozen or so of them that were there just 10 minutes ago are halved. As they kind of look around at your group included, they see, how many of these shell farmers, these civilians have actually been, pulled into the water. As they go around and they start doing a count, they come back and you overhear them, kind of, look down at the paper from one's jot note and, shake their heads and then going, it was bad this time. It was really bad. Things have been picking up. The ocean requires its call, and it's only getting worse in each raid upon the beaches of the Sita. The three of you standing there, wondering what to do next, knowing that the beach probably isn't the safest place to be, as the guards start kind of, shuffling people off. We're done here for the day. If you want to continue farming, head further down eastwards, where you might be able to still find something. It's probably coming on 8:30 by now, and you know that if there was anything worth finding eastwards, it's long gone by now.
Well, I got my daily amount, so I think I'll call it. Thank you for your help, by the way.
You are most welcome. So glad that you didn't perish in this.
As standing above you, what are you wearing for armor? Plate mail. With dried sand, in the joints. Wood elf, cleric, with his long staff, buried deep in the sand. Call you son, which might feel awkward.
Yeah, it's not usually a word that I.
Or it might feel
comfortable with people saying.
Or it might feel reassuring. Not having, being an orphan.
Yeah, and Zeema would probably just be wringing out some of the water from the bottom part of her her clothes, and probably look up and say, "Well, I hope it was worth your risk."
Well, would you like to come and have a meal at the very least? It's the least I can do. I'm buying. Shakes his bag of shells.
Certainly. And with that, you would see this human. Have you introduced your names to everybody? Thadius. I'm assuming you would have at this point. He's
We can do that on the way.
Absolutely, shaking his bag of shells, and the two of you would see a spattering of color in there. Some reds, some yellows, maybe the odd blue.
Interesting. It's not an easy living, but I guarantee you, after today, thievery might be the safer option. At least I don't have the guards to deal with.
Well, how fortunate you were.
You see how good they are at their job.
Does this type of thing happen often?
Often enough that they have protocol.
Absolutely. This is something that, granted there's seasons, right? There's the rainy season, and then there's the raiding season. And some quite often when the tide is at its lowest, giving these creatures more opportune moments, to rush out at these people, which would be, probably not necessarily today, but for the next couple of weeks, the tide would be at its lowest peak point. This is pretty much just prior to raid season. The Sita Kota known most for its amount of missing people.
It's only going to get worse from here on out.
Choices people make. Carry on.
There's only usually a few other ways to make more money in this area, and they're not usually the kind of things good people will deal with. Or people who have more unfortunate luck have other things to sell.
Absolutely, and this is just the way of this town. If you're not born into money, you're forced to squeak out a living, and this is by far the most common way. With each day brings new opportunity, and that opportunity is like gambling, except for instead of gambling with shells, instead of gambling with coppers, you're gambling with your life. As the three of you work your way up, the beachhead, giving each other just a brief, tellings of your life, of who you are perhaps, and at least your names. You guys work your way up into the city proper, and you work your way down one of the main avenues, and you can see at this point it's probably close to 8:39. Still fairly early in the morning, but the city itself has come alive. The smells and the sights and the sounds of the city, kind of vibrantly upon you. You can smell like the chemicals of the tanneries. The heat of the smelting. The banging of anvils. The women and men alike. Sitting out in the shade. Sewing. Dyeing. Textiles. You see people, forging crafts and whittling away at pieces of driftwood. Literally, the city has come alive as the industrial portion of the town is taken over. Where these people put in long hours. Like if you're not willing to risk the river for shells, then you're willing to risk arthritis. From just sitting all day with arched backs and cramped fingers, trying to punch out as much material for a tiefling trade as possible.
Well, the boy will start unclipping his cloak. He no longer needs it because he's not going to the river anymore.
Yeah.
He'll start slamming in his bag while he's walking backwards. My name's Thadius. Thadius Wiltleaf. It's nice to meet you.
And as Thaddeus tucks his cloak into his satchel, you would still see that large gash on his back, from that crustacean that, slashed him on the back. Sure, you took that healing, but you can still see that gaping wound not fully mended as he continually kind of reaches back and kind of just checking for blood, to see if it's fully healed or fully mended.
Goodness me, do you still not need anything for that?
Well, it stopped bleeding. Sometimes that's the best you can hope for.
Let's get someplace less movable, and I'll have a look at it, see what I can do for it.
No, I've got
I'm
just
a
a
healer
place.
by trade, and my name is Alindawn.
There's a small little bakery in my area where I live. We'll go there. Sometimes they will have sandwiches or baked goods that they can purchase. So,
Sure.
besides, I have to pay my bill.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, and I would be Zeema in case you needed my pleasantries.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, you were the one dragging me out of the water, so thank you very much.
Well, I mean, I guess you're welcome, but I try not to make big deals of things well, who am I kidding? Of course it was a big deal.
And as you guys are conversing and working your way through the streets, as you get closer and closer, into the town proper, you can see like not super packed, but it's beginning to become a little more congested. Yourself there, Alindawn, maybe not knowing, the day that is today, but Zeema, you would know today. We mentioned earlier is the day of the calling.
Mm-hmm.
Where a representative, an acolyte, from the Tiefling capital proper comes, and they search out those who use illegal magics, that of the illusion and divination. And literally, as you guys work your way into the street, you kind of round the corner, you can see that there's an individual propped in the center. You guys can probably move your figs over there.
So just like generally over here or so?
Sounds good.
Not on the edge.
The edge is okay for now.
Okay.
And a large grouping of individuals, civilians, the residents of Sitakota, kind of just surrounding and as guards, these tiefling guards are also like so. Perfect. Sounds good. And just imagine, people, like a crowd, kind of just out of that perimeter. Yes, no?
Yeah.
And, people huddle up against the buildings. You can hear people, kind of cursing under their breath, because they're no longer able to work, because the surrounding people have kind of been shoved into them. And as this tiefling, this female tiefling, is standing there, silently, with palms at her side, kind of inverted upwards, her head tilted back, and slowly, quietly humming to herself. And as you guys kind of work up, maybe yourself there, Alindawn, and both of you are short, Zeema and Thadius. You can't quite see over the crowd, but both of you would know, Thadius and Zeema, that this diviner, a tiefling who has been blessed, who has been allowed to use divination and illusionary magic, is in the divine state. She's standing there, slowly humming to herself, and as she hums, you can see her imagery, like her presence herself is also humming. It's just that kind of shimmering presence of her. She's kind of partially there, but partially not. And then from the crowd, a child walks up, just an infant, and walks up, and kind of holds onto her leg, or gives her leg a tap. And this diviner doesn't even notice. And then the child is kind of laughing as the crowd is kind of questioning, and you see some people kind of go into states of shock. The diviner is just standing there, and then for a brief second the child isn't. And then you see the child, as the crowd all looks, the child is back to its mother, off to the side. And the mother grabs the child and hoists her up into her shoulders, and and works her way back into the crowd. And if anybody can see, you'd see like a small smile come across the diviner's face, almost like a protective smile, but there was no movement. There's no movement from the diviner, and there was no movement from the child. Just 1 second, the child was underfoot, and the next second, the child was in his mother's arms.
They're kind of in our way, but maybe we can work our way around them.
Yeah, best not to interrupt.
No, I don't have to worry about it. They're not looking for anything that I have.
So, it's illegal to use divination and illusion?
They are the forbidden magics.
That's just from a sorcerer perspective, or is this from the divine perspective?
Or a control perspective?
Well, like, if a god provides you the ability to do such things, are they saying that those people need to be controlled? My character's just asking me to be
Thadius turns around and is like, are you trying to have a philosophical debate? Maybe not right in front of the diviner.
No, fine.
Are you guys
I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna work your way around?
Like around this way?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're probably like at around like here or
Perfect.
so.
Yeah. Alindawn, as you're kind of talking about the moral issues of who does the arcane's magics belong to, and as far as you would know, Zeema and Thadius, is that these two magics have always been just illegal. Those who use it can have anywhere from fingers, hands, limbs chopped off, removed, or just straight up death. These are protected magics by the tiefling people, and have been for centuries. As long as the tieflings have been under the power, under this pact with the devil, that has always been hand in hand. The other magics are free reign. Use those arcane abilities to the best of your ability. But the illusionary and divination magics are sacrilege. They are not to be used, and those that use them will be hunted down and dealt with.
Yeah. Yeah, she would just look up towards you as you're just behind, and I would say it's less a matter of morality and more of how much of you want to stay attached to you at the end of the day.
As you say that, you're kind of working your way through the crowd. There's an individual, a human male, a little older, probably in his mid-40s, and his throat is slit. There's nobody there. He was just in the crowd, and his throat is slit. And he reaches up and he grabs his throat, and you can see the lifeblood, falling from it. And he falls to his knees and he falls to his feet, and the crowd panics. And everybody, starts to scream, and there's this quiet chaos. And the diviner in the middle of this courtyard holds up 3 fingers and drops 1. So for 2. And then a couple seconds later, you see the diviner literally flash with a blade in her hand and just slash, as if the motion that she did was in the past, and now she's doing it in the present.
Oh wow, okay. So it's as if you're cutting somebody without them actually being in front of you. Wow.
So, I'd like to make an insight check to see if she's using some kind of temporal magics.
Give me your insight check. And with that, the crowd starts to go a little chaotic, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you see people starting to exit or, trying to rush, out through alleyways and corridors. And you see a bottle, kind of get thrown towards this diviner, and the bottle goes right through her. And then 5-10 seconds later, you see her flash, into a different location, as if like she moved 5 seconds ago.
30.
A 30. And so, what is it exactly you asking?
I'm just trying to use my insight for what I know about magics and things to kind of figure out is she using some kind of temporal magic, or what's going on with.
You rolled a 30.
I ended up with a 30 and plus 11. I rolled a 19.
Wow, that will do it. I'll pretty much give you everything. It's not a nat 20, but I'll give you enough. The diviner is they have the ability to use both the two forbidden magics,
Okay.
and by combining those two magics, that of foresight, and that of illusion, they literally can future walk.
Okay. Interesting.
As this bottle gets thrown, these rocks get thrown, the crowd starts to go a little chaotic. She holds up 2 fingers, and then you see somebody across the courtyard, take a dagger to the gut. It's just like the wound, as the blood is pooling in that person's stomach, and they look down and they collapse to the ground, and then another attack, you see their head kind of get folded back, an invisible blade, come across their throat, and then the diviner, is standing there doing the exact same motions from the spot, like the stab to the gut, the reaching back of the head, and the slitting of the throat. And she just kind of shimmers in spot, and she holds up 2 fingers and reveals the one, and then she points in your direction.
To me.
Well, she just points in your direction. Alindawn, take yourself 12 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And with this, the crowd just goes into absolute chaos.
14.
14. You get a +2. Rhys?
18.
18. You get a +3.
Okay.
Also 14.
14. +2. The diviner goes first. You get this slash, across your neck, and if it wasn't for the armament, your plate, it would have hit the vocal cord, and there's this gash right across your neck, and she comes at you again. Your AC is 20. Oh man. Take yourself 14 points of slashing.
14, huh?
Yeah. And this time the blade, you can feel your armament, you kind of being lifted up, like the breastplate, and you just where the organs are, and where the chainmail is covering it, and you can feel like this blade puncture into your gut.
Okay.
5 seconds later, as you kind of realize where this attack is coming from, you see her in the middle of this crowd, these guards closing in around her, forming a tight circle, and do those 2 motions, strike at your neck, and then strike at your gut. Zeema, you're up first.
Question: does it look like they're planning on is she planning on striking him again?
Give me a history check.
5. Ooh,
5.
That's good.
This happens, where these diviners, come in on the day of calling, and they weed out those who use those magics. Like once again, if it was petty theft, they might take a finger. If it was something minor, they might take an arm, or but if they feel that individual is a threat, they will kill, and they'll kill openly.
Goodness. Okay. Well, I mean, this is kind of tough because she grew up with, understanding this, at least to some extent. Just
Yeah, and this is why this magic has always been forbidden, right?
Because why would you willingly just allow that to happen to yourself? You wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess she would just probably step up a bit and probably just announce out, just say, you dealt him his pain, he's received enough.
Okay, give me a either persuasion or intimidation.
Probably persuasion.
Thaddeus, you'll be up next.
Let's see. 12 plus 5 is 17.
Okay, cool.
I'll add a plus 3 to make it a dirty 20 just to be safe.
Okay, cool. We'll leave that for a second. Okay. Anything else there, Zeema?
I mean, was that my action to do that?
No, I'd say that's your bonus action. You're just kind of yelling out. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess she would hold an action probably to shove him out of the way if they try and attack again. But
cool. Yeah.
But she's just hoping that what she said is at least enough to halt things.
Sounds good. Thaddeus, you're up.
Well, you guys can fight if you want to, but you should probably come with me. I'm going to use my dash action.
Okay. It is quite crowded. So give me an athletics. Athletics or
Acrobatics.
Yeah, let's say acrobatics to kind of work your way through, or insight to kind of find the best way to go around everybody.
21 acrobatics.
Okay, absolutely. So you find a line, and you're the heck with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you literally dash off to the closest alleyway.
Yeah. And as I get there, since there is still kind of a crowd going down, I go down to one knee.
Okay.
Just to be below the crowd.
Anything else there, Thaddeus?
Nope, that's everything.
The diviner points. As you ran, towards this alleyway, you would see the diviner already pointing to where you're standing. And then these two guards would come over here to where are you hiding? Right there.
Yeah.
Literally, they're just on your flank because the diviner had already pointed out where you're going. You called out to the diviner, to say that the individual's already had enough.
Yes.
You receive a slap to the face. Yeah, and take yourself 4 points of bludgeoning damage. You feel this movement come across you, and just as this invisible blade, looks to pierce your stomach again, if not for the aid of Zeema, pulling you to the side. There's that brief flash of a weapon. She pulls you, yanking your arm to the side. This weapon, it just clinks off your armament.
Okay.
And you can see this snarl, that's already plastered on this diviner's face. That was there, seconds before the strike actually hit.
Okay.
Alindawn, you're up.
Alright. Touch my hand to my stomach to keep my innards in. Secure light wounds. Second level.
She pumps some life into yourself.
And then as a bonus action, I will cast Sanctuary on myself. In order for her to attack me, she has to make a Wisdom space save first.
Okay. What's your spell save?
16. And then I will move.
Okay, give me, once again, because you're squeezing through the crowd, give me an insight check to see if you can find the path. You know what? You would have seen Thadius kind of work his way.
14.
14? Yeah, so you can probably make it a good couple squares behind Thadius, but not fully up to him.
Not as my turn.
Okay. It is the guard's turn. They work their way up to you with the diviner's aid, and they are going to come in working their way, and they're going to come in on an attack yourself there, Thadius. Your AC is 15. That is a miss, and that is a hit. This long silver edged scimitar comes out and strikes you hard on the back once. Oh, you're lucky. Take yourself 3 points of slashing.
Okay.
And that is the guard's turn. That is, you're up there, Zeema. You know, the slap came out of nowhere, and you can feel like your cheek just blister from like this scaled palm.
Yeah, just turned completely red. Yeah. I mean, I guess I would just, turn away, I suppose, and I mean, I'm nimble, so I can move through the crowd relatively easily.
Perfect. Yeah, halfway.
So I could move up to there, and where's everybody else? Oh, way over there.
He's over there.
I mean, I guess I could use my action to dash, I suppose. And I could, move up to, closer behind and see everything going on over there.
Absolutely, yeah. So just move in behind those guards.
Yeah, to about there or so, yeah.
Okay. I can't see anything, so I'm just going to assume that everybody's grouped in there.
Yeah, it's like Thadius, then the 2 guards, and then me. And then, yeah.
Yeah, now this camera can't see anything either.
Let me just get that out of the way.
There we go. That works. Sounds good. Okay, so anything else there, Zeema? You still have your attack?
No, that was my action to get up
Oh,
there.
yeah, to dash. My apologies.
Yeah, so I'm good then.
Okay, Thadius. You feel this, literally, these guards should not be on your back, but they are. Like, it's almost as if they were foretold, as to where you're going to be. As you look over your shoulder, the diviner, she doesn't even have her back. She has her back turned to you. She's not even looking at you. She's she's kind of looking up at the sky. Her eyes flittering in the back of her head. Her palms kind of held up, and literally just kind of foreseeing what's to come.
Okay. Is Zeema close enough that I can get advantage on this guy here?
I'm not sure. I think she's 5. Yeah, she's 5 feet away. Yeah, she's not fully up there. Is that where you want to be? 5 feet behind, or do you want to be right behind?
I guess I technically can be.
If you want to be, yeah, you can move up behind.
I'm concerned I'm gonna be paying an absolutely dreadful price for it, but you know what? Sure.
All right, I will stab at thee. That would be a 17.
That is a hit.
12 points of damage.
Nice. Give it. You didn't kill him, but give it some flavor as to how hard your weapon bites into him.
Okay. Well, he's kind of looking over his shoulder at her, turns his head, and as he does, I kind of see a little opening in the armpit area, and I just jab him right there. It's like, pay attention to me.
Absolutely. And he almost drops his weapon for that brief second, but he looks up. His horns, kind of engrossed with it around his face. You can see that sharp, jagged tooth, grimace as he reaches in, kind of, pulls back, the weapon coming out, the blood, seeping through his tunic, and literally, he reaches out for his weapon and he'll swing at you again.
Natural 20.
Okay. You have 2 attacks?
Yeah, because I have my dagger.
Oh, cool. Offhand. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you jam it back in there.
Yeah.
And how we do nat 20s, so
Yeah.
take a look, see what you got going on. You've got somebody behind.
5 more points of damage to start.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he's in rough shape, in really rough shape. You see him almost taking a half step back, grimacing almost how poorly he calculated this kill.
So Thaddeus, what he's going to do is he distracted him by shoving this into his under armpit.
Yeah.
He takes the other one and jams it into his knee, and then twists the blade so he falls and lands on the other guy.
Absolutely, yeah, and his momentum, his forward momentum, sends him, shockingly, in an awkward position, and he lands on his comrade. So you can put them both prone on top of each other, and you can see literally him screaming out in pain, knowing that knee, that leg will never be the same. Even with the arcane healing magics. With that, you can see his cohort, trying to kick him off. His weapon, dropped from his hand, trying to push off his companion. Cool.
I will yell in Abyssal at the diviner. See you later, trash. And then I will head this way.
Sounds fair. Let's write that down. Trashy. Okay, it happens to be the diviner's turn. She's not here for you. But yet, she is. I rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I rolled a 6. As you say that, take care of trash, or what was it exactly? Quote? See you later, trash.
See you later, trash. Yeah.
Slamo. No, from what was that? Phantom Menace.
Yep.
The big insult. Slamo. Yeah, poodoo. As you say that, you turn and you literally run into a blade. Look how bad that roll was.
Oh, she missed me?
Oh wow.
5, 3, and 1. Yeah, rolling at double advantage. Literally, this blade, just there's this shimmering, just afterthought, or of a blade comes out, and it literally just misses you as somebody else walks into it, and you can just see them take this blade deep into the gut, almost like a religious ritual. And as you twist the blade into this guard's knee, this tiefling's knee, the same motion, like this blade enters, and you can see the point of it exit this person's back, almost through the fabric of their tunic, and you can see just the twisting of the blade. This half elf literally just stumbles to the ground, holding open a gaping wound, and literally just screaming out in agony as his wife and 2 children, kind of stand there in shock, not knowing what to do. And anybody that could see the diviner at this point, they're not in the process of turning, to face the alley that you're fleeing. They're already turned, and they've moved forward, almost like once again, just that brief flash, like as if it happened 5 seconds ago. Alindawn, you're up.
Okay.
And for you would notice that the attention off yourself has been presented. This diviner his attention is on the alleyway.
That's where my people went, so. Because I'd like to go and end her existence. Another day. Alright, I will move. And cast another killing wounds on myself. Second roll. 2 5 is 13, 18 back. That's better. Starting to feel back to normal again. And as I go by you, I say, let's get out of here. This is fight for another day.
Yeah, give me an insight check or a history check.
Insight it is 28.
You are well out of your league.
Mm-hmm.
Like a diviner, literally, they see the future. And while this is all going on, you would see people literally, scattering. This alley is just congested as people are trying to get
Guards'
by.
turn.
The guards. Let's see. He manages. No, he's pinned. He's trying to get this injured tiefling off of him, and he can't. Literally, he's pushing and he's trying to wiggle his way out. And he's dropped his weapon, and he's literally just trying to hike this person off of him, and it's not happening. These guys, he's going to follow 6. Let's just move 6 through the crowd, as the diviner still has 2 guards on her, and that's the guard's turn. Zeema, you're up.
All right. All right. Well, being nimble is actually pretty handy here. I guess I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25 feet of movement, and like I basically like run like just past or like just between your legs, just running past. Like you don't have to tell me twice, and I run like a good ways past you up there.
Did you run past the guards? Like,
I assume I went this way.
On that side of me.
okay, I'm just gonna see if the one can reach out and grab you. Give me a grapple. You can use athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. 16 acrobatics.
Yeah, you see the one guard, trying to push his friend off is feeble. So as you pass, he literally leans back and just reaches out with his full length. And literally, as he reaches out to your leg, you manage to kick past it and just kind of dart right past him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And
cool.
yep, and then I would, just like half turned in a way,
Mhm.
I will use my action to ready an attack, ready an Eldritch Blast at anything that like turns around the corner immediately.
Okay, cool. Now, are you talking about like the guards or the diviner? Give me a Arcana check.
Arcana. 12.
A 12.
12.
Does anybody have anything they want to add to that?
Let's do.
I mean, I won't refuse.
Don't give him another one.
Sounds good.
Smiling me.
As that puts you to 16. As you turn back, hey, this is the second time you've held your action. You're kind of prepared your mental state for what's going on, and maybe something triggers in the back of your mind through the psychic ability you have as you try to pierce the mind of this diviner. Not necessarily just almost you're trying to get an idea as to what's to come, and you realize if you were to just be patient and have somebody else draw this person out with your held action, you would have much better opportunity to actually hit.
Okay, so just be patient with whatever it is that you're doing. Okay,
cool. And so literally you got your fingers pointed with your eligible blast, in waiting.
Yes, just in case, yes.
Okay. Thadius.
Thaddeus kind of looks over his shoulder, confused, like, what are you doing?
I mean, what I'm doing, I'm making sure they can't get you.
He'll pull out 2 darts and he'll hold. I guess I can't throw 2 if I'm using a hand action because I can't use my bonus action. You know what? She can see the future, but she still has to deal with the fundamental rules of seeing the future. So I'm actually going to try and hide.
Okay, cool.
That's not super great. We have 14.
14. Okay, as far as you know, you're hidden. I rolled as well. I know if you're hidden or not, but as far as you know, like you found these neighborhoods, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you know that there's this nook just around the corner.
Can I roll with advantage?
Sure.
Because I was gonna say. Well, that's much better. That's a 21.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, like once again, you know that garbage nook. Simply jump over like one of these cans. Flip over a bag over top of you, but you still have line of sight on the diviner. It is the diviner. She's turned towards the 3 of you, and once again, she's pointing in your direction with one finger up, and her 2 guards come in. One to the left, one to the right. As holding off anybody trying to attack her. That she can concentrate on the task at hand. And she has this wicked smile that you can't necessarily see because her neck is tilted back, but you can just see like her forked tongue, just kind of hanging out, almost with like that bloodlust anticipation, knowing that one more of these deviant magic users of this forbidden magic is kind of going to be coming to their demise, and she shimmers and she's done. Alindawn.
I'm gonna use both of my move and my action to double move.
Okay, your AC is 20.
Yes.
As you start to flee, you feel this strike, against the back of your leg, and you take yourself 8 points of slashing damage.
Made the sanctuary roll.
Yeah, I rolled a nat 15 plus her mod. Yeah, so you still take that slashing damage. I even wrote that down.
How much?
6 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
to the back of your leg, almost as if to hamstring you. And you make your way to the alley.
Here?
Yep.
So, so I'm double moving.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to make a concentration to see if I keep the sanctuary up.
Yep.
For 4 points? 6 points?
That's minimum 10.
10.
10 or a half.
11 plus 4.
Yeah, so you maintain your concentration. Sounds good. So this guy simply kicks him off at this point. Quit fooling around. And he stands up. He'd still have half movement. And he definitely recognizes that you're, a part of the group. He is going to step in front with his back exposed to there, and he's going to swing out at you.
All right, try me.
Oh, I will try you. As he pulls out, like I said, this long curved silver scimitar. Nice. Take yourself 10 points of slashing. As literally you run, you try to run past him. He'd kick this guy off. He, bounded to his legs, and just as you are about to pass him, he came in and he slashed you hard in the waist.
All right.
I'll just put it off to the side. That way we still have access to the alley. Give it some flavor, everybody, as to how chaotic this courtyard is. Zeema?
Goodness, yeah, there's more cleared up in the regions in which we are currently, but you still have the occasional person who's, running mad or trying to get their home's door open rapidly, or one of the guards might be shoving somebody to the side, but obviously they don't care how far they push them.
Absolutely, yeah. Thadius, from your hidey hole, as you're kind of looking out and you see upon what's left of this courtyard, what's your vibe? Like, you've been in the city, for several years. You've seen stuff like this happen before, maybe not necessarily in the thick of it. How hard is your heart beating?
It's beating pretty hard. I mean, imagine that when the diviner comes to town in the first place, most people are initially curious, but then that kind of leads to a riot-like panic. Because they come in to just kill people.
Yeah. Alindawn, give it some flavor as you hear the last of this chaotic rumble, still with people around you all fleeing.
Such chaos from such poor choices. This will take some contemplation. But the thing that bothers me so much is that they're not only against arcane casters, which choose those, they're against divine casters who have the option of taking them or not.
Yeah, and that's how close to the chest, that they hold the secrets of these two magics. You're up, Zeema.
Okay. So essentially, this guy kind of was blocking my way, right?
Well, he kind of stood up. There's still the alleyway, but you can go through him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll use the disengage action, so he can't swing at me while I do so.
Okay. He can still swing. He just swings at disadvantage.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I imagine as I run past him though, I give a nice smack right into his knee.
Yeah.
Just make it harder for him to hit me as I run past.
Absolutely. You just kind of throw your weight into his leg and you kind of send him off kilter.
Yes.
Okay. And and as he swings wildly and misses you, but in his backswing, his blade takes into the shoulder of a lady who was carrying her child, trying to flee as well.
I just kind of hear that and try and look back a bit, but then I stop myself because it's only going to get me hurt more. I can't. I'm sorry, I can't.
As the three of you, not out of the woods yet. Thaddeus, anything else there, Zeema?
I mean, that was my action to disengage. That was my movement. I'm all right with that.
Thaddeus, as you see your new friends, literally, start working their way down this alleyway with a good dozen or so people, just literally, heads covered, running for cover, down this alley, this tight, cramped alley that's just maybe 2 people wide. There's boxes, there's crates, the tools of industry just kind of left there, from the panic. as you see your friends, taking off down this alley, you're still in your hidey hole. What's your play?
I turned into a hyena.
Okay.
I dropped a bag of ball bearings on the ground before I did so. I pick it up with my teeth and I start bolting after them.
Okay, cool. Nice.
As I'm going, I'm gonna start shaking that bag all over the alleyway, filling it with ball bearings. They either have half movement to get over the area or take a DC 10 dexterity save or fall prone.
As this hyena, this raggedy, dog, kind of works its way past yourself there, Alindawn and Zeema. I'm not sure exactly how the two of you would react, but it's got this bag in its mouth, and literally there's this plinka, 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 pretty much up to the back of them, right? You're not going to be plinka, plinka, plinking, past them.
That'll be empty once I hit about 8 squares of area anyways.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And, this hyena literally, takes the charge, leading the way in front of the two of you. And as you can hear this guard, kind of enter the alleyway, and I have to roll a DC 10. I roll a DC 18. So he does make his way, cautiously over he would see them. And, you know what? Let's play this to the diviner. Because my turn is next, right? The diviner's turn is next. So this guard starts running down the hallway, after you, and as these ball bearings are hitting the ground, and you can literally see them being swept away under each foot. You see like there's this large collection of ball bearings, that you probably dropped the bag and they just splattered. Yeah. Just before Zeema, and I literally think, okay, if those sparse ones back there isn't gonna, this cluster will, and literally like just as he's about to step on, they get shoved off to the side, and he's literally 15 feet behind you guys. Turn of Alindawn, you're up.
Well, I'm gonna fall back behind. I don't know where the hell I'm going. So I will fall behind.
The hyena's making like those like hyena bark sounds at you, like.
Okay, well, I'll hold my action to fully move and follow the hyena.
Okay.
Beside the hyena.
Would you know that he would be the hyena?
I mean, not just any animal would just shake around a bag of ball bearings
That's fair.
Let me just
and then bark at us and then walk in front of us.
28. Yeah.
Yeah, you put two and two together. Yeah.
Is this safe to say I assume that too? Or should I make a roll as well?
You probably would have seen him. Oh no, he was in his hidey hole, right? So go ahead, make a roll on your turn there, Rhys.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold off.
So you continue darting down the alleyway, behind this hyena.
And if you have a darkness, maybe consider dropping that behind us.
There you go.
Perfect.
And so this guard is literally just bolting it down the hall, down the alleyway. Move him 6 squares, 30 feet, please.
Okay, that's pretty close.
Yeah, he'll pull out a dagger and chuck it. He's gonna chuck it at the hyena. Well, yeah, that's what I rolled. The hyena.
I mean, I'm short. It can go over me.
Yeah, he chucks his dagger in a wild attempt, to hit you, and it flings over your mane, your back, and misses you. You hear it go clatter, clatter, clatter into the darkness of the alley. Zeema, you're up.
All right. So I'd make that roll then. To know that he is in fact that creature.
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
So just
Probably an advantage. You would have probably seen Alindawn, give the nod to the hyena as it ran past him.
So just inside or?
Yeah, inside is fine.
Okay, yeah, 19 plus 3, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. You would probably even see the hyena kind of look to you and make eye contact to Alindawn as well. And even if you wanted to reach out with your psychic speech.
Yeah, I would actually. It just psychically, I would then just tell him what a fascinating individual you are.
Yeah, and you feel
White dog eyes.
your tail goes underneath. Like oh, what was that? Somebody's talking to me. Yeah, but there's this tingling sensation at the back of your head. As the psychic link is connected, and you can hear Zeema's voice. Kind of echoing in the back of your head.
At least it's a familiar voice and not like, I'm gonna get you.
Who's a good boy? Anything else, Zeema?
So he's running just along the side here or something?
Yeah, it's a really tight alley. It's probably 2 shoulders deep. You know, like 2 people can be running, you know, shoulder to shoulder. Okay. And we said that there's all kinds of debris and clutter, and the tools of the trades, you know, just kind of scattered. There's probably even people, falling over as you're hurtling over them. Like literally, it's just chaos. You know, people are still filtering in through the alley behind you guys. Like literally, it's just a flood of chaos.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just look over my shoulder and just whip my arm back in a swipe, and I'll use an Eldritch Blast on like the edge of this door here.
Cool.
And I'll just try and have that swing and smack him right across the head.
Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, give me let's say a DC 10. 8. Does anybody else have anything to add to it?
No, not this time.
Yeah, used up all those markers.
Let's see.
You know what? Earlier this morning, as you send this blast, towards this door, and just as this energy is about to leave your hand, you remember, that damn brother of mine, Bialo, and how he was supposed to fix the hinges on his door as well, right?
Yeah.
And you see that, like, this door literally just hanging on the hinges as well. Mm-hmm. That brief second where you look at the hinges rather than striking at the door. Roll an advantage.
Same thing.
Really?
Not even joking.
Yeah, so
my luck.
Yeah, your Eldritch blasts in this door, and it literally just shatters the door. So you're close enough. Some debris, comes, into the alleyway, but it's not quite the result you were hoping for.
Just like hisses out a bit, and then just runs to catch up with everybody else.
Okay. Thadius, you're up.
All right, I need to think of a way to get us away from the Divine. Since I'm familiar with the area, are there any shops in the area I could get through that might cause resistance from people running through it? Is there a sewer grate somewhere that we can...
Absolutely. Give me a investigation.
That would be a 16.
Yeah, like once again, these are your alleys. Like these, you grew up on these streets. But a lot of these buildings are interconnected, right? They're just shacks, they're hovels, they're shanties on top of each other. And you figured by ducking into the door just in front of you, you'll be able to make your way through 2, 3, 4 buildings fairly easily because they're all interconnected, and perhaps confuse this diviner.
Okay. I will bark, and start running through that door.
What would be to kind of to lead your path? Survival, to kind of track things out, or perception?
I'm definitely better at perception.
Okay.
Natural 19, 22.
Okay, yeah, so this hyena, ducks into this doorway after bark. The two of you, following or not?
There's no reason not to.
Absolutely. Yeah, so you dart into this building and literally, as the door was ajar, and fortunately, because hyenas don't have hands to open doors, right? And literally you just kind of work your way and you kind of squirm your way through, nudging the door open. And
it's one of those curtains.
Yeah, exactly. It's a curtain. Exactly.
Like one of those wooden beaded
love beads.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you dart your way in. And give me another roll.
14.
14. Yeah, that's enough. And like literally, rather than going straight, that these buildings are all old construction, and so they're all joined as like a corridor all the way through with exits on the back. So rather than simply going through the back of the building, you turn right. And you work left, and you work your way back, into the building proper, and then the two of you follow. Okay.
Yeah, if we get to a point where there's a door, I will use thaumaturgy to close the door.
Absolutely.
Behind us.
Absolutely. And you can hear this guard, coming in, following you behind, and as you see him round the corner, you slam the door into his face. Okay, and give me one more check.
Oh, 22 again.
22.
Oh. 23.
So collectively, the three of you describe as you guys break out into the next street over. Each of you give it some flavor.
Oh, I do even a little bit better. I probably have one of my little hidey holes around here.
Yep.
It's probably like a crawl space. So I'll look over there, bark, get them to crawl, and then since I'm nice and small, I fit through there nice and easily. But
I'm nice and small. I can do that easily.
Fair. Like how cramped, how tight is this space there, Zeema?
I mean, for the average person, I'd say it'd be pretty darn awful. But I mean, for me, it's just slightly uncomfortable. It's like, if I have to do it, I mean, I can do it. It's fine.
Okay. And then yourself there, Alindawn, give me a athletics. as you try to force yourself into this narrow crevasse between these two buildings.
The hyena will come back and grab him by the shoulders or whatever and start
yanking him out. You could add +2 to that.
8.
8 + 2. Do you want to assist? Pull him through?
What I'll well, I mean, I am not strong, but what I'll do instead is I will actually just take off my pendant, my medallion.
Yep.
And I'll just do you have like a pocket, or I would just put it around your head, or?
You can put it on my head.
Yeah. So I just quickly just put it around your head. It gives you a plus D4 for ability checks.
Cool.
I'm squeezing.
So yeah, so it was a +2 for pulling. You rolled an 8.
I rolled a 4. +2 for my athletics is 6. +2 is 8.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
9.
9. So you managed. The three of you collectively managed to, to just yank and pull this tank, into this small crevasse between these two buildings, and the ground is just thick with barnacles and with bird droppings. You look up and you just see the nesting birds, as they're squawking and exactly, and you just there's this juxtaposition of these jagged barnacles, kind of holding the plates in place, but yet lubricated by all this dung. And as the three of you squirm and pull yourselves in, this guard comes, he kicks down the door, the second door that you had closed, just as you guys exit the street. And he looks for it as the crowd kind of works their way around, in that kind of organized disorder. And he walks by as your foot is dangling out. And he walks past it, not seeing it, as he continues down the other alleyway, kind of looking and jumping to see, where the diviner's prey has run off to.
Once he gets through, I'll pull the little rope on the other side that closes my hidey hole.
That's cool. Yep. Yeah, and just as your leg, actually it comes down on the back of your foot, and it's like, and you pull, and eventually they pull your foot in and it just goes ka-chunk, as this hidey hole, this private, nook, Thadius has kind of saved you guys momentarily. We're good. I think I've got enough material, and get the equipment figured out. Get the equipment figured out there.
Do you want to connect that to a computer?
Yes. We'll do that right now.
Oh shit! I may have to send this to you because I don't know if you're gonna have that connection. I don't know. Certainly try.
Okay, let's turn this guy off. Oh my god, this wasn't recording.
Wasn't?
I'm just shitting you.